Hello, everyone. I am here with the beautiful and colorful Nila, who's going to tell us all about what she does, who she helps, and how she's managed to achieve all of that by being part of the Platinum program. So, welcome, Nila.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Really
So,
good.
let's go back to the beginning. Like when you first started with Platinum, where were you at that point?
So I was one of these budding entrepreneurs that knew I was meant for better things, 100%. Didn't know what to do, didn't really want to work for anybody else. And when I did go to work, people would ask me why I come to work, and I actually used to say to them, it's because I need to be reminded what I don't want to do. So, and that's the only reason. And then I was looking at, as all entrepreneurs do, looking at lots of different businesses, what suited me, what I was good at, what was grueling. So it was just looking for the right sort of thing. But I was all over the place, to be honest. Knew I wanted to be my own boss, but didn't know how to bring the income in. I think that's where it was. So I was working at the same time.
Yeah. So you knew you were meant for more. You knew you wanted a business. Did you
Yeah.
have an idea of what that business was going to be at that point?
Not at all.
No.
Absolutely not at all.
Yeah.
So, I'm a fitness instructor. I'm in events and sales. I have lots of different strings to my bow. So I really wanted to know, get to the point really what I was good at and what people wanted. So I think that all came together almost in one go, really. And then when COVID happened, the same question came up for me. I was flying as an air stewardess at the time, so I had to hang my wings up. So then it was like, well, what do people want, and what am I good at? And it came to food. So that's where it
And
was born.
so you kind of did the sums, did the maths, did the research, thought what do people need, and then you
Yes.
went to put that together. But were you at that point like, okay, how do I do this?
Yeah,
How do I get it out?
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I used to cook for everyone, but to make money from it, I'm just a charity in myself. And I love to give, but then it gets to a point where you need to start earning that money to buy your ingredients. It's as simple as that. It doesn't come out of thin air. So it got to a point where I loved what I was doing, but I wasn't bringing any money in. And that was the most frustrating part.
Yeah. And
Mm.
it's a mindset transition as well, isn't it? From going from serving people, providing this wonderful experience, nurturing people, nourishing people, to then being like, okay, I need to ask for the sale now. I need this to be paid. Was that difficult for you?
Yes, very much so. I think when you're a giver, money was a very hard subject for me to ask for and to take, even. It was just, if somebody would say, oh, no, no, take something for that, I'd go, oh, no, no, no. And that was a really hard block for me to take, to overcome.
Working on acceptance, actually accepting that people
Yes.
want to pay you. And a
Yes, they
lot of the
did.
yeah, a lot of the time it feels ungrateful to receive as well. So if you're somebody like you were feeling uncomfortable accepting the payment, but there's the other side to that is somebody's uncomfortable accepting your food without offering the payment.
And that's what I didn't understand. I just thought people would just eat and just take and take, but people wanted to give, and actually sometimes got offended when I didn't take their money. And they
Yeah.
actually used to say, oh, is my money not good enough? So then I just couldn't understand the balance of this. And it was just, yeah, it was crazy.
And that's a really good way to put it. It's a balance, it's a flow, isn't it? Of the
Yeah.
giving, the receiving, the giving, the receiving. So if we talk about your journey with Platinum, what has been the most kind of helpful element to being part of the Platinum program?
I think it was a big decision to go into platinum because I knew that I wanted to get to a point where I was happy. You can fumble away, and I did for a little while on the other program. But then I wanted to excel. Um, how to go about it, I didn't know, but I did know that there was a route, and all I had to do was step onto it. And so, yeah, it was tough to jump on, but I think that was a challenge in itself, and I
Yeah.
had to know my own worth. I think that was important for me. So when I jumped onto platinum, again, it was the same mindset that I had before, but it was almost like it gave me a route map
Yeah.
of like calm down. It calmed all the noises down for everything else, and it was like, right, this is where you need to be. Even the name was different for my business. So my business was called Namaste Nila at the time, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. But then looking at the platinum group who are more elite, they were like, well, is it to do with yoga? Is it to do with, and how do you spell it? And it was the simple things. Whereas I knew being Indian, I thought, oh yeah, namaste. People will just say it, but nobody did. So I'm now called the Spice Girl.
I love it. I love that name.
And
And
it
you,
works every time.
well, it says what it does on the tin, which is great. And to have that insight, not just from Emma and the expert coaches that are in there, to have like the other people that have got businesses that are committed to their businesses, that are showing up, that are investing in their
They
businesses
do.
and moving them forward, to have that feedback and say, well, I don't really know what you do, Nila. That's not really clear to me. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
That was a
I'm not,
wake-up call. Huge.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Emma was amazing. She helped me with the branding. She just basically said, babe, you need to have a look at this again, So that was hard because I spent a lot of money on my branding. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to change my name. I'd been doing this for 3 years. And so everything had to change, the banners, the t-shirts, the people. I actually had a revamp of people. And once I changed, I think I accepted it more and everybody helped through the platinum group, and it's a nice group to bounce off almost. It's like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I have so many strings to my bow, but it's homing them in. I think this is where I need to step back a little bit. And I think platinum's helped me focus, and just breathe really, because you suddenly go from a place of I'm not making any money to I want to make lots of money, but where's the balance again? So platinum sort of says step back, look at what you're doing, and I think that's what you need. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
looking at your kind of expectations and also what is possible, because we can have like huge goals, but then sometimes our goals are too small and then we don't move towards them with the same momentum and energy as what we do when we make them a little bit bigger, slightly scary almost. Because when you hit those goals, then it becomes really clear that this is possible for me. This is how I'm going to do it. And if I've done it once, I can do it again and I can get
Yeah,
better.
scary but real. Yeah, it becomes
Yes.
real. And you grow in yourself, I think, as a person. You suddenly think, my God, I can do this. This is nuts, and it's nice because your family and friends sit back a little bit as well and think, oh, we didn't expect that from her. And it's a lovely feeling to see
And
that.
you're like,
Yeah, you know it.
well, I always knew this actually, but
Yeah.
thank you for seeing it.
I'll just peel that one off my dream board. Yeah.
And you make a really good point, because like we all know like how showing up and having your own business is incredibly good for the soul when it's going well.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a roller coaster and there's like, we go on this journey of feeling great, feeling not so great. But it's not just us, is it? It's our family as well. It's
Yeah.
like people who are around us, who love us, who watch us on that journey, who see us staying up late. A lot of the time it's glamorized when we see these ads and say, you can earn six figures in 5 minutes. And we know
Wow.
that's not the reality,
Not
right?
at all.
And but when we're showing up every day and we're still on our screen and it's been 12 hours, and you have to have this balance and boundaries, but also it's exciting and we want to get it done now because we're all kind of in that space of we need to do all the things right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And it's our family that sees that, and our family that has like it impacts them.
It
But with
does.
everything, every time they see us kind of upset and overwhelmed, it's having that emotional pull for them. But equally, when they see us succeed and when they see that it paid off, like how inspiring is that to
Oh,
our family members, especially our children?
massively. I mean, my daughter's grown up, but my husband, he was actually like, I can see that this work's now paying off. And I think just to hear that from him, it's almost like
Oh,
I mean, he believes in me anyway, and he always says he
yeah.
believes in me, but do I believe him that he believes in me? I think it's that situation at the moment. But then when he said that, I thought, oh yeah, he actually means what he says.
Yeah, it's like they're saying the right things, but
Yeah,
like, and that's interesting because maybe you were not willing to hear that. Like
no,
he believed in you, but you weren't willing to hear it because you needed to see some success. You needed to
yes,
see it paying
sure.
off. Amazing. Okay, so you've done some incredible things. tell us a little bit about like some of those things that you've done and the business growth that you've had and how people can find you if they want to work with you, Nila.
Okay, great. So what my aim is, I don't class myself just as a caterer. So I class myself as an Indian spice specialist. I didn't just want to be a takeaway. So what I do is I educate people about spices as well as just food. So I tell them what's good for their joints and what's good for their health and well-being, and you don't have to go for conventional medicines. And so I do a lot of cooking classes, which is fabulous, which I absolutely love. I've now, through Platinum, now actually gone online. So we've just done a recent, as you can see, an online Valentine's class that I taught over the weekend, which was just so much fun. And people were coming from, it hit a wider audience, and that's through the encouragement of Platinum as well, I think. No, I'm sure. So that was really cool. What it's excelled me to do when I first started to where I am now is I've gone from fumbling to I now have a nearly sold out retreat. It'll probably be sold out by the end of this weekend, which is in March. So it happens next month. Not frightened at all. It's scary, but it's a good fear. You know, it's a weekend retreat and they've got yoga and sound baths. I've got another retreat coming up. That's nearly sold out. There's another retreat coming up in September, first week in September. So we teach about Indian cooking and we have lots of fun. We have yoga stretches. So that's the first week in September and everything goes super fast. It just gets sold out now, which is a blessing. Super grateful. And then it's suddenly become a heartfelt business now. And it wasn't before, I'll be really honest. It was just a business. Now it's tapping into my soul, I think. And
That's
I think what
incredible.
that's about is I wanted to provide more of me. It's not just about the food anymore, or it's about providing more of me. So I could almost feel I needed to give more. So what I've done is I've tackled the older end of the community. I live in this lovely village, but there's a lot of people on their own, and it helps with bringing people together. And there's a lot of widows, widowers, people that are tackling loneliness. So I applied through the contacts of Platinum, applied for a CIC grant, which is a community grant through the lottery fund. Worked at it and worked at it. This is something my husband saw night after night, working at this grant for 3 months. And then it was awarded to me. So I actually got it, and to think, my goodness, this is now. So somebody else believes in me now, which is the lottery fund. So now what I'm doing is, with this grant given, every Friday in our community from 12 till 3, what we are now doing is we're teaching older people how to cook, and everyone in that group on a Friday goes home with a meal.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
yeah, and I'm a giver, so I don't just give them it for one evening. I give it for the weekend, so they have a meal for that weekend. So even if they don't eat very well during the week, this started with my mother-in-law because she wasn't eating very well. She lives on her own, just down the road, and I just thought, my God, how many more people are there like this?
Mhm.
So that's helped me through Platinum, and now I've suddenly grown in a direction that I didn't even think I would grow, which is really interesting. So I'm still finding out more about myself, and there's so much more to do, I feel. But it's becoming more heartfelt now. I'm just not the spice girl. I'm just not spicy spice, as you know. There's more strings to my bow. So yeah, I'm probably a bit more of a spice girl with a hug. But you can reach me if you'd want to reach me, by all means, find out more about me, call me. You can do a one-to-one call with me. Just message me. I'm more than happy to chat about how I can help you with. I have a website as well, which is it's www.thespicegirl.co.uk. Not with an S, remember, not with an S. That's scary and all that. I'm not. But, so it's thespicegirl.co.uk. You can always also catch me on Facebook on the Spice Girl, and Instagram as well. So that's
Incredible.
so
You,
yeah, and, yeah.
you're
Free
such an
advice.
inspiration. And like, do you know, like to hear what you're doing and what that funding is allowing you to do. And this is the thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like it's a business and it's involves sales, but it's so much more than that. It's feeding people, it's connecting people, it's encouraging people to get out and introduce themselves, make friends, have a nutritious meal. And
Yeah.
you are an absolute inspiration, honestly. And thank you
So
so much for sharing everything that you've done so far.
No
So
problem.
anybody who's wanting to check out Nila, run, jump, go check that out now.
Free onion
Even if
badges, free onion badges for anyone.
well, then we should have started with that, shouldn't we? You know, free onion barges. He's gonna say no.
Incentive.
In fact, where are you, Nila? I'm coming round now. I'm starving.
Absolutely. Brilliant.
Okay, thank you so much,
You're
Nila. It's been an
welcome. You're
absolute
welcome.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Tina. All right, take care.